one of the coolest things about the next chapter, we're in it. We're part of it. We're not reading something, we're living it. And very important thing about this next chapter is we're in good hands. We should all know that by now. Ash Mufara is making sure of that. 46 years since I graduated high school. I've been in regular business, I've been in one. Online business, I've been in 80. All my life, from the day I left high school, I have never, ever, ever, never been in a company, whether it's online or offline, that the CEO and the people around him are focused on the people below them. So you want to talk about the future? We're in for the ride of our life. There's things we know. There's some things we don't know, but we know this. Ash Mufara will pay us as much as he legally can. Boom. He'll go out of his way to make sure we're taken care of before even himself. Let's remember, in the equation of this amazing company, there's one thing missing: him. When he talks about wealth, when he talks about all this stuff, he focused on everybody else. Now, will he do well? I think he could be the richest man in the world, but it's not his goal. You can't be money hungry and spend as much as Ash did in the last 6 years. Okay, you can't be, because his goal was more than that. It was about this chapter coming, and like Sherry said, there's no end to this, but this new chapter is the beginning of abundance and wealth and life changing for all of us. It starts to our choices in life will increase now quickly as our time on this world goes. Where before, time is ticking faster and faster. You know what it's like. That hourglass is sand's barely coming out when I was 15, waiting to be 17 so I could drive a car. Then 30 comes along, I look, and the neck of that hourglass is bigger and bigger. The sand is freaking pouring through that big. And then I hit 40. I don't remember being in my 50s. Now I'm 60. What the frick? But the cool thing is, when I'm going to tell you a story I didn't tell anybody. Mike knows. He was in it. We could market, we could build teams. No doubt about it. We could sell anything. I believe that. But it was always a missing piece. The missing piece, which I found out very quickly after I got in this company, was Ash Mufara, the person running the ship. We were in a business on our way, and I'm talking to you as a broke guy, on our way to make 50 grand a month. When we found out it wasn't good for everyone, we quit. And it was the easiest thing we ever did. But we quit because it started to look, you almost forget yourself. Wow, look at what's going on. This is amazing. $600, $700, $800. I'm like, whoa, this is, and all of a sudden it hits you. And it hit us at the same time. What about Johnny, Mary, Larry, Harry, Barry? They're not doing so well. Why? They can't drive traffic. It's a key thing that's missing. And the guy that was running the outfit didn't even have a name. He was some kind of JX or XP or whatever. He wouldn't even say who he was. So anyway, we quit that. And being here and knowing what Ash has, I know I talked about today about expectations. I know people, years have gone by. I've been here 5.5 years. Did I do everything I could? No, but I tried. Am I owed anything? I don't think so. because I met a lot of people. It didn't cost me anything. I talk, you all know, and I enjoy that. Uh, I'm on webinar, so live every day. People say, oh, I don't know how you do it. I enjoy it. You enjoy doing it. It's not a job. What would I be doing? The day I came in OnPassive, the end of January or end of February, uh, in 2019 to now, over 5.5 years, what would I be doing? I'd still be 64, but I might not even be here. I found people, you start to change, you walk different, you talk different, you start thinking about your health, you start thinking how you eat, you start thinking beyond you. And I've noticed the more I focus on others and help people and focus, it takes away the crap going on in my life because you're focusing on somebody else or something. We all got crap in our life. Trust me. Everybody looks at us. He's a multimillionaire. He's got it made. He has sickness. He has people dying. He has people ripping him off at unbelievable pace. His name was beat up on the internet. He was treated like crap. But what does he do? He keeps going. A normal person, I don't like normal people. None of you are normal. Nobody would come into a business 2.5 years to 5 or 6 years and not make a dime and still be here. Thank God you guys are abnormal. I found out that I'm glad we met. We've been sifted out. There's normal people, they're not here, and then there's crazy freaking people like us. But in the long run, in this journey, that this next chapter, we're going to win, and we're going to win big. And then you'll see the people that were in the middle and they didn't know where to go. They were nervous. They're coming. Go look at the Field of Dreams when he built that baseball field. I say it again. Only people that saw it is the ones that believed. And when everybody else started to realize it's true, everybody saw it. And everybody came to see him play. That's going to happen in the next chapter. Ash will come out, tell us what we need to do. He's going to tell us the story of the hell on earth that he had from last year until June, I guess it was. But I felt there was something wrong. Why would you? Well, because I'm that tied into watching and looking and listening. And we believe Narelle said the wisdom. You gotta learn to think before you talk. I look at people. Sometimes I've said stuff to people, and afterwards I apologize because I don't know what happened to you that day. Why are we living such a tight line for others when we don't live it ourselves? You got to be patient and listen to people. But I guarantee this: whatever comes in the next chapter, no one on the planet would offer anything like that to you as long as you live. No one. Guaranteed. I wouldn't be here if I didn't believe it. If when I got in, I said, me, Mike, and Dan talked, and I said, we're going to be multimillionaires. But if we can't bring people with us, we don't want it. We're only visitors here, right? Nobody's leaving here alive, not that I know of. So you need to make an impression. People will remember you by what you did, not how big my bank account is. But I'd love to see everybody's bank account grow. I'd love to see everybody have more time for that hourglass as it's pouring through that freaking neck. And remember, the beauty of the company is in Papua New Guinea, if they get the same $200 I get, yeah, it's changing. I can pay a couple things, maybe eat a couple days. In some of these poor countries, it's the lottery. It will change their life, the village, and many people around them. There's people I met in Russia that make $100 a month. And you remember, this company is colorblind, doesn't care what religion you are, doesn't care. He's going to set up a system. We're going to grab something, and we're all going to be able to be, if we want, any limit we want to be. any limit. That's why I say in the last, since June, when we really didn't have a back office, that was the time then. But I sat and thought, what can we be doing that would help? And I realized, what the heck? This happened on purpose. That was the time when we grow together and people move forward. We're always hoping and dreaming, but we're not focusing on ourselves. And now I see people focusing on themselves. They're moving forward. They're involved. They're talking more. They're listening. We become tighter. And yes, we're going to go into this next chapter, and we will be shocked in a good way, in a very, very good way. But we have to remember, focus on, don't sit and worry about something you can't change. You know what the beauty of the company is? I don't have to worry about if people are going to like the products. If there's a video conferencing platform out there and a demand for it, which I believe is in the billions, and we have the best one in the planet, and it's 40 to 50% less than anybody, and you can get paid a commission on it, do you really have to be a rocket scientist to realize it's going to explode? And Ash, remember, whatever it is, wants to pay us as much as he legally can. There's countries in the world that you're not allowed to give away something at a company. There has to be an action to get money. I don't care. You remember we went into OES. What did we do? We signed up and they gave us $10, 10 OCoin. I thought it was funny as heck. Why are we getting paid to move forward? But look at the industry. It's all being done. We are not an MLM, so we're going to find out what do we need to do to go forward. But I'll tell you this, all of us will have a box, a golden toolbox. We get in it, we could do what we want. You could start slow and work up to unbelievable lifestyle. I believe that. I believe for everybody. And don't focus on others. Don't look at him. But what about her? What about me? Let Marty worry about Marty. Help others, but worry about yourself. Don't convince somebody or tell somebody what they need to do. You don't tell somebody what to do. Offer their help, encourage them. Let me tell you, Chris said something to me yesterday, and Chris worked 7 days a week, double shift for years, like a crazy man. And you know what he said? He didn't tell me about the money he made. By the way, he worked for a motor company, so he did very, very well. Chris is making CEO money. No joke. But he has no time. You know what made him feel the best? When the plant manager walked up and said, Chris, you really did a good job. That doesn't cost anything. It's free. And Ash is always throwing out his love to somebody. If I'm in a meeting with Ash, no joke, and I was in a meeting when there's a few people, everybody in the room was talking about you. And if it ever goes off course, Ash will bring you right back to, well, what about, and how can we make it better for them? No joke. He's never wavered. That's why Marty DeGarmo's here. That's why I think the next chapter is going to blow us away. I think what happened was nasty, and I'm glad it happened. I think it took 6 years. You know why? Because it was meant to take 6 years. And if it takes a couple more months, it was meant to. When people ask you, when's this going to launch? Ash doesn't know. How's that sound? When everything lines up, he will come on a webinar and say, go. That's what's going to happen. And we're getting closer and closer to that day. But really, work on yourself, believe in yourself, and all of you are. You guys, you know, we have this thing and try to inspire people. Listen, I want to tell the truth. I'm more inspired than you are. Watching people and seeing what they've done, really. And we're together. Anything we can do to help each other get there quicker or wherever it is we're getting, no doubt I would help do that. I'm going to be okay. But it means to me, everybody that cares, is okay. Now, if somebody just wants to came back and lay on the table, eating bonbons with no shirt and barefoot, I don't care if you make it or not, because you don't. I care about people that care. Not how good you are, but if you don't give a crap, got bad news for you. I don't either. There's too many people that care. And by the way, we haven't begun yet. I don't care what you think about this, that, and this, that, and this, that. When the doors open in the next chapter, that's where the fun begins. That's when we become on fire. You'll forget all about this journey. Guarantee it. The baby's going to be so beautiful, you're not going to remember any of the pain. Guarantee it.